Alright, this part of the video is going to be pretty quick because I had no idea that there really wasn't any parking out through here. It's on private property, as you can see with that yellow sign almost dead center of the video. This is private property. I am on the roadway, so therefore I am not trespassing. So if anybody gets upset at this video, too bad, so sad. I'm doing this as legally as I can. This right here is the most gangsta town, the most gangsta ghost town in southeastern Ohio. It is G-Town. Okay? Now, hidden back in there, who knows, maybe some foundations or anything. I'm not going back in there because I don't have permission. I decided to kind of just jump out and do this all of a sudden. And that's about it. So I'm going to hit this place, and then I'm going to hit the burial place for a lot of the people here, G-Town Union Cemetery, here in just a few moments after I get done with this. But this general area, primarily from what it appears, that wooded area right there, is where most of the town was. There are some indications of some roads that were destroyed and are no longer available. They're totally cut. And this right here may or may not have to do with electricity or something out this way. It looks like there's some posts out there, but most of it is back in those woods. There ain't much to know about G-Town, and there is practically nothing left of it. I bet if I got out there and started looking around, you could find something. Apparently it had this was like a junction on the CH&D Railroad. It's Cincinnati, Hamilton, Dayton Railroad at one time. So no doubt there's the scars of the old rail spur, or maybe even the main rail line going down through here. The cars are coming down full speed. This is a road, so what do you expect, right? So, but they are being respectful. I gotta say, they're taking a wide berth for me. Of course, I do look like if you hit me, I would really mess your car up. I'm a big guy. So anyway, high speed, I ain't gonna do no good for your body or your suspension or your freedom if you get caught. But this is where it was, specifically back in there in those woods. There's not much to know about the place, or at least there's not much known now other than the hard, savage people of the G family came from out here, and this gangsta's paradise. And they worked at with the iron and the foundries and coal extraction of the area. Had a lot to do with Keystone Furnace, probably largely as a labor force. So that's what's going on out here. I'll walk down here a little bit farther, and so that you can get kind of an idea about this is very well posted. So what that tells me is that somebody, I think that people own this. Now, I'm not sure, but I think people own this. And it tells me that that they do not want you on their property without good reason. And that's fine. I have absolutely no qualms about that whatsoever. There is nothing, doesn't bother me none. Now there's the other side, which I think that some places mistake as the location of the old town. And over there, that meadow. And we'll go walk down here to this road, or whatever you want to call it, this little cross alley, primitive road thing down here. And then I'm going to turn around and go on to my final destination for today, and that will be the cemetery where a lot of these people were buried. So here you go. More than likely, if I had to guess, that would be no trespassing. That's okay. I'm not trespassing. Have no interest in trespassing. There's a white-tailed rabbit or whatever. Looks like that used to be leading to something over there, but I don't know. And I got and here is the other side of that, what that road is. It looks like it went down into there. This could have been the artifact of a railroad spur or something, and that led down into there where the town would be. If you can see a drain pipe right there, which looks pretty old, but is probably not of the time period. But this is what it is. Right now, this is all I can get because like I haven't contacted anybody to ask permission. And with the sheer amount of no trespassing signs to make sure that they are indeed absolutely legal, I would say that there's probably not much of a chance that I would get permission. But one of these days I might come back out here if they let me tromp around in those woods. I might come back out here one of these days and see what I can see what I can find. I'd say that there's got to be something left back there, and more than likely, the owners, I don't know, like I said, I haven't spoke to anybody, but the owners are more than likely probably are, just trying to preserve the area for, oh, look at there, a refreshing drink, ice house. But they're probably just trying to preserve the area, as other people are around here. With that's the field that I think is missed, because on one website it says that is where, over there is where G-Town is, but maps say it's right over there. So I'm not sure. Either way, it's marked very clearly. There's no doubt about it. And yeah. So basically the labor pool for Keystone Furnace and some other maybe some coal work or something like that in through here. Otherwise, there's nothing else going on. And otherwise, there's really nothing else going on out here. It's just, this is what it was. And this is how it is. Might be back out here later, but this is kind of a preliminary video. I did say that I would come out here at some point and do this. I was going to say next week. Well, life happens. I had some plans come up suddenly. Now I just decided, what the hell, I got enough time to get out here and go to the cemetery, I think, and get on back before it gets dark out here. So this is what it is. I am parked off to the side of what looks like a driveway, but now I could be wrong. Right there, it's got a stop sign. I could just be parked on a road. Thankfully, we're out here in the boondocks at Keystone Furnace. There's a crossroad here to 327, and I don't think anybody notices or really cares. But here we are. This is it. This is all she wrote here on this one. At this point, I'm going to go down to the G-Town Cemetery and do a quick run through of that while I still have some sunlight to guide my way. And I'll be uploading this probably tonight. So once I get everything together. But this place is very clearly marked. No trespassing, all up and down the area. And I gotta say, when people go to that kind of trouble to put out all these signs, right there's one right beside the gate. So when they go to all the trouble to put up this amount of signs, there's a pretty damn good chance that they are really damn serious about don't mess around on their land. So purely out of respect, I won't. I will try to contact these people at some point if I can find out how to do so, and then I will and then we'll see if they let me on there or not. They might tell me to go screw myself. They wouldn't be the first people to do it. What's funny here, and then I'm going to shut up and get out of here before the sheriff comes and gives me a ticket or something. What gets me is that I can understand why you wouldn't want people out at your place partying, setting fires, leaving fucking beer cans and stuff like that. I get it, okay? And not respecting your property, maybe doing some damage or something like that. Totally get it. And I don't blame you for posting a sign on every other tree that you can see from the road as far as you can go, man. You're 100% okay with me. What I don't understand is whenever somebody is going to the trouble of finding you and contacting you and asking permission, why you wouldn't do it. Especially now that since pot's legal, you wouldn't think I'm over here trying to, you know, I mean, obviously you probably wouldn't be too worried about me finding your patch, especially in the middle of March or towards the end of March. Can't imagine anything's out right now. But for some reason, people are pretty touchy about it. So even with someone like myself who goes that extra mile to ensure, you know, that I'm not just stepping on the owner's toes and respecting their property that they paid for with money that they had to earn, a lot of people are not okay with this. It boggles my mind because, you know, I'm trying to get these places something about them on the internet before they're just totally gone. And it seems like that there's some kind of desire to see them totally gone. I have no idea why. I just noticed this. I'm going to go up in here real quick. I'm not trespassing as far as I know. This is a stop sign there, so I think I'm good until the gate. Now, if you look right here, you can see the discoloration, but it's actually will show you also a grade, and it looks like down in through there could have also been an old rail line or something at one point, maybe a narrow gauge. And then over there is a field, which who knows. But at any rate, this is all she wrote for this particular spot right now. But this is G-Town, Ohio, the most gangsta ghost town in southeastern Ohio, lived in by a group of savages that are still extant to this day. Wouldn't mess with any of them. They are, wow. But the gangsta town here, folks, gangsta town, G-Town, G-E-E, Jackson, Ohio, in Bloomfield Township. And I'll be back real soon, whether you like it or not. Okay, we're back here at the G-Town Cemetery, also known as Union Cemetery. I have done a property search on this, as I do almost every place that I go to make sure that I'm not trespassing, at least very much. So, as I think, that over there is owned by somebody, but this does not have any listed owner. It is a cemetery, and the street, which is rustic, you will say, and they're not responsible for accidents, is listed as no owner. So I'm assuming that this is a public property. And there are recent burials here, or if there's some recent, someone for some reason decided they had money to burn and came out here and did this for nothing. So I doubt that. World War II guy and his wife, who apparently is still alive. All right, so we see some fairly recent burials, 30, 35 years old. Looks like some of them a little bit Vietnam vet, some of them a little bit older. So we'll kind of walk through this place real quick. Now, this is the well, here we go. We got Sylvia G. Carpenter, and we got Daisy Carpenter, who was never buried here apparently, or at least they don't know when she died, because she's definitely dead by now. And here are some old gravestones. I don't like the angels in front of them. That probably means they're kids, but we all know how much I enjoy seeing that. Made Ice House some money after I got out of Lemur Cemetery, Sullivan Cemetery. Wow. Died in 1880, age 82 years old. My God. Back then, that would have been incredible. But, yeah. Some of these are they have to be new. They have to be new. And there's a child's grave. They're buried together, mother and daughter. I guess that's and a couple more kids' graves. Yeah. Well, you know, there is, I said I wanted to get these places online somewhere, and my goodness, they don't disappoint. Trying to kind of hurry up and do this fairly quickly because the sun is quickly setting, and I know that I have an extreme propensity to talk and waste a lot of time. So I better just go ahead and do this. So big tree. So as we see the edge here of the cemetery, John Robert Rose, Sylvia Isaac. I think that that right there was the original. They didn't even have a gravestone for him originally, it looks like. No judgment. They are expensive, and people tend to die at inopportune times when you're not flush with cash. I hope this isn't what I think it is, although it probably is. Phyllis's talking and listening bench. I have a feeling that it is. Well, hopefully all that is like where a gravestone, they will put a large gravestone at some point. Those are the anchor points. I can't imagine it's a like an exposed coffin or vault or something like that. But I would guess from how it's decorated that this might be a younger person's burial ground. Maybe it's something like that, the bottom part for something like that. Somebody put a pretty good effort, a little bit of effort into that, right? Lots of older trees. I would call them older for what we'll find around here. And there doesn't appear to be any extant burials here. I don't see any dips of any coffins or anything that have crushed under the weight of time. So I imagine that, you know, this part of it was never used. There appears to be I would say it's a deer stand, but I think you'd have to be one of the 7 dwarves to get it and hunt. I have no idea what that is. If somebody knows what that is, a water bucket? I don't know. I have no idea. Somebody knows what that is, let me know. I'm curious. But since it's private property, I won't be going over there to find out. All right. Oh no, see, I told a lie. Here's somebody's. Delvey Reynolds. Looks like. Well, somebody is buried over here. There might be other stones over there buried up in that in those leaves, but it's clear that, you know, no one's coming out and visiting them. Probably the first one to come out and see him in a long time, right? 1936 and 1906. And then his wife was never buried here. Or they don't know when she died. Looks like a dual burial. His father and mother. I'm not going to try real hard to see what that is. I think I already know. Looks like it may be another child. But, you know, I'll tell you, these places deserve to be able to be seen on some level. And I know that a lot of people can't make it out here, don't have enough time, aren't that interested. Lackey. That's what that says. I'm sure that they weren't, though. And with that, got themselves like a log cabin like type of deal. And there is moss and stuff on it. That's been there for a while. I'd say that's probably of the period. And then this, I'm sure, is a child. Same style. A piece of concrete, but piece of log looking. But, like I said, everybody dies, right? Everybody dies. Reverend Vaughn of the Ohio Conference. Whew. And don't know when he died. But his wife has been dead for 130 years. Grace of our Lord Jesus Christ be with you all. Amen. Well, one can hope. Nickel. A couple of young ones. And this right here is probably why they've got so many signs like this out around here. Is because I'm sure some little bastard come out and push this over. Where it will lay for God knows how long. This is quite interesting. Reminds me of something they have at Salem, which one of these days I'm going to go out and get. Stephen Vaughn, 73 years, back in 1901. That guy was Father Time. He had enough money to save up to get this type of. Looks almost like a chess piece. I don't know, like maybe a king or something like that. Maybe a guy like to play chess. Far beyond this world of changes, far beyond this world of care, we shall find our missing loved ones in our Father's mansion fair. Yeah. We can hope. There's several people here buried here. There's like at least two. This is other stuff. Seems like there's a couple. They're just jammed in here. They may have been, who knows. A new burial. Somebody has decided to put some effort into this place. I don't mean to offend any of my dead relatives, but I'm not going to be coming out and spending $2 or $3 grand on your unknown grave spot. Another guy lived a long time for his day. Just for grins and giggles, I will say that as far as I know, back in those days, that the mid-50s was when you usually, that was the average death. You didn't make it to 60. So guys that are making it in their 70s and 80s out here, they're they're a rare bunch. 1846. Can't really tell much of anything on it though. And another with the clasped hands. Henry James. 20 years and 17 days. Died in 72, so he's not a Civil War death. Oh boy, I imagine just living only to 20 years old. Of course, I guess you would never know what you were missing. But whew, that's a quick piece. Another grave down there. Might be, who knows, maybe the original. Although this one is old as well, older as well. All these people were dead around the time that my grandparents were born. So, yeah, here's the back part of this. I'll go over here and see what this one is. Margaret Eggers, almost 60, passed in 1992. 59. Now, when you're my age, 59 doesn't seem all that old anymore. But it's a lot better than 20. There seems to be things out here as well that there's no markers. That's how they are. How it is in these places like this. You got buried up here, but that doesn't mean you got your stone. I'm just going to move this. Oh, there's a toy. May 2nd to May 3rd, 1978. Gail Edward Green, Jr. And there's a little, I'm going to replace this bobblehead right here. That's life. That is life. And boy, sometimes it ain't much fun. And it never seems to be long enough. Probably a destroyed grave marker of some sort. Hey guys, if I'm standing on any of y'all, it's I hope you understand. All right, I mean no offense. Let me see here. Wow, this is interesting. Got some vaguely Roman looking aspects to it. Interesting, as far as these things go. I think it's another kid's grave. Another fairly recent burial. You got these ones over here that have that classic look to them. Where, oh, well, here is some graves. Got pushed over. Yeah. Or now, maybe they were laid down like that. I don't think so. Perhaps. In memory of Stephen Poor, who died at the 8th of June 1836 AC. 20 years, 4 months. So this man was born in about 1810. This would have been when this place still had some Indians running around in it. Natives, whatever you want to call them. More pushed over or whatever. Martin Burris. Let's see, is this a sad one? Nope. 65 at the time was a nice life. It's actually older than 1/3 of people get to this day. Sarah Burris. Four months, 20 days. And a big one. Ah, the sadness. You can completely understand. Wasn't here for very long, didn't want her to be forgotten. Another big, almost chess piece looking one. I will say they had some style back then, although it does look like there were forms that were very common. Pretty good run. Pretty good run. Well, as we... Whoo! Susanna, wife of John Callahan, died in December 17th, 1888, aged 91 years, 1 month, and 3 days. She hath done what she could. Yeah. Here's a mother time right here. That's insane. That woman was born, would have been born in the 1700s. That is insane. She made it to 91 years old at that time. Absolutely nuts. If she was born today, she'd be the oldest person in history, no doubt. Because, I mean, just the fact that, look, no cancer, blood pressure, heart disease, infection, sickness, anything, murder. I mean, she was around when this place was still Indian country. I just can't, that's amazing. That is a piece of time back then. No one would have remembered, that's funny though, but it's true. Because at the time when people were dying at 50, 55 years old, mostly, generally, at 91, like nobody at all would have remembered a time that you weren't around. So I think these are discarded, the original ones that were discarded. Not that it matters. Look at all of them. My goodness, this place was packed. So here it is. This is it. As you can tell by that beautiful sunset, our time here, just like our time in life, is growing short. I'm gonna have to get out of here before while I can still see. So yeah, but this is it. This is the G-Town Cemetery, and many of its inhabitants, as well as more recent burials, up until it seems like you're I don't really see anything in the in the new millennium, or at least I don't remember. I'm getting old. Hell, I can't remember anything. But it looks like all of these are at the 90s is when it seems to stop. I don't know if maybe I don't know. Maybe I just know there's a good chance that no one knows about the place to get buried in it. It's not like it's not like this is in the middle of town or anything. So what I might do, since I can do something like this. Now, this is also a good sign. Just in case somebody who maintains this place ever sees this video, there are 2 trash cans right there and right there. So, and it is well kept. It is a well maintained. This is March, they say the back end of March 24th, something like that, Monday. Let me see. I'll go ahead and March 24th, yeah. 2025. It is Monday. And stuff like that. So clearly people have come out here and maintained it. That's good. Respectable. And all that mess. And what a view. This is another place where, out here where no one can disturb you. Of course, at the time that G-Town was here, G-Town would have been over in that direction about half a mile. So there was nothing out here. There never has been anything out here. So, yeah. That's it. I'm going to head back to the car here, and I'm going to lock this dummy gate up. So that I don't want anything bad happening on my account. Come out here for history and respect. I'm not trying to upset anybody. Too old. I don't want to get in a fight. Someone catch me out in the street in my YouTube video. What are you doing? This may have been the original entrance. It is locked. There is a actual master lock there. That was a sign, but it's so old. And if it had anything on it, it's not there anymore. I think this is private property, which is fine. Not a problem there. Okay, so I'll go over here, look at this rotted stump and see if there's any, or tree, and see if there's any mushrooms. You could say I'm a mushroom aficionado. If you know me and the people at someone at Angle's Garage has figured out my other hobby, Angle's Garage of Jackson, they messaged me, figured out who owns the Moonville mushrooms. That's me. I am the guy behind Moonville Mushrooms as well. But there's a clear one string of cattle wire, which that's all it takes. It's they don't want you back there. I won't go back there. I got yourself a ditch right there. It looks like. Don't understand why they'd have a ditch up here. I wonder if that might have been something else at one point. Who knows? Maybe we'll know. Maybe we'll find out one of these days. I'm going to head back into my car. And that's private property over there. That sign says private property, but this isn't private property. So don't hop the fence. I'm going to hop back into my car, and if I think I've got the manual dexterity to pull it off, I'm going to, oh thank God I have my keys. Whew. This could have sucked. But I'm gonna hop back in my car. Yeah, I lock my car even in a place like this, because I'm neurotic about locking my car. Oh, actually, no, I didn't. Thank God. Okay. But usually, I'm neurotic about locking my car. So, I'm going to go ahead and purr, kitty. I'm going to go ahead and drive out. And that will give you a view of the road as it. Now that sound is actually my exhaust, as far as I know. That's my exhaust bouncing around. Not that anyone cares, especially with a Rolls Royce like this thing is. Been a great car. So this is the road, Union Cemetary Road, that is now called Union Cemetery, probably because some of the burials in there were Union soldiers. But this is actually the G-Town Cemetery, and this is the road. See, there's a gate That was probably something else at one point. It looks like something was up there. I don't know what it would have been. I can't imagine there'd be too many people wanting to live real close to a cemetery, especially back in those days that when there were a lot. And then there's something else right there. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there was more out here than just a cemetery at one point. But I don't know of any evidence of it. But it wouldn't surprise me if there was, or if there had been sometime in the century and a half since G-Town blinked out of existence. But I'm gonna go down this way and give you the road as best I can. I have to focus not only on the camera but the road itself. My luck, I'd hit the only kid out here in 10 miles in one of these back roads. A bunch of deer out here. I scared about 5 of them off coming up here about 25 miles an hour on this. Not even that much. I'm doing about 12 right now. That right there. Somebody had a house over there or somewhere around here, maybe on this what used to be this road. But those right there are your indicators that I have found. When you find them out in the middle of nowhere or something like that, maybe at Cooper Hollow or whatever, which isn't that far from here, I think, that usually indicates somebody long time ago lived out there, because those flowers, of course, there wasn't a whole lot of flowers, there wasn't a whole lot of specialization of the flowers and everything else. A lot of things just didn't exist. As this roller coaster hill down here, this just did not exist like they do now, and that sprung up over the last 150 years. And yeah, so that is Union Cemetery Road. It dead ends at Union Cemetery, also known as, and before known as, G-Town Cemetery. From my research, if you know better, I'm always willing to learn. That right there looks like a place that probably that might have been original at one point. It might have been original. That looks like maybe it's got some age on it as well. That old style house, I'd say that's probably got a few. Look at that window. Got a couple of weird windows there. So that's another indicator of an old house. If you have what they call air conditioning above the door, which is those weird windows that sometimes you'll see above some of these old houses. Like the front door, back door might have a window pane right above the door. You go, why would they have that? That was the air conditioner. They could keep the doors shut, open those up, because they opened at one point, and then you could get some flow through the house. Maybe when you were gone, didn't want your door wide open, and fighting issues. This is G-Town right here. This is some of the spot I didn't get to because I didn't feel like walking down through here. But that is the G-Town town, right there in them woods. So, this has been Ohio Company Towns. I'm sure you know my name, just like James Bond. You know my name. But I am on my way out of here on State Route 327, and some nice houses up through here. From what I can tell, the property out here is pretty cheap as far as these things go. There used to be apparently an old church out here, the G-Town Church, but I can't find anything about it. It was in the 1840s, so there's a pretty good chance it doesn't exist anymore, although some of the old places do. But yeah, this is the road out there to G-Town. That was Union Cemetery in 2 videos, and I'm heading home before all the darkness and creepiness of the night and all the creatures and monsters and vampires come out to molest me, and crackheads. So hope you enjoyed it. Another one knocked off the list. I guarantee you there's nobody else got G-Town on any kind of a video, especially one that's going to be close to 40 minutes long or more out there. I spent more time at the cemetery than I did at the actual town itself. So what are you going to do? It is what it is. It's the only thing left that I can find right now. So yeah, what are you going to do? But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here. And yeah, so I guess have a great night.